My name is Lucas. My age is 27. I was studying at university, but I had to quit because of these issues. Ours is a family tragedy. Our life was going happily, but suddenly everything happened. It's turned upside down. We've lost the taste of the past. I hold myself responsible for what happened, and I feel regret. I hope I will feel relieved when I tell you. I will call you sister. Sister, we are two siblings. I have an older brother. We were on very good terms with his brother, who is 3 years older than me. He was my best friend, and I felt very lucky to have a brother like him. He would help me with my lessons, and he would run to me for whatever I needed in daily life. When we were together, he didn't need anyone. We were enough for each other and we knew everything. My brother was also studying at university at that time. I was in high school. One day he came home with a meaningless smile on his face. "What happened, brother? There's something wrong with you," I said, in love. I said I was in love with her. I asked her who she was in love with. What kind of person was she? She was a friend of hers from university. He observed that she was very beautiful and polite. He didn't know anything else at first. But these are the characteristics. I didn't recognize my older brother, who had been 70 years since he fell in love. His behavior and childishness were really funny. He was head over heels in love. I said, "Brother, as soon as possible." "Let's see. I haven't met him properly yet," he said. We dropped the subject there. After a while, my brother continued the conversation with the girl. Everything was fine. The girl's name was Alina. The girl liked my brother. My brother came home. One day, he told my mother, "Mom, we are serious about it. We will get married after school." My mother was shocked. Of course, what was expected from my brother? These are not actions. We made a joint decision and told my brother to introduce the girl to us. She came to dinner at the first opportunity. The girl is an active, lively, and social girl. She helps my mother, etc. She is as beautiful as my brother said. It warmed my heart, and I came to the conclusion that she is a good person. My father is normally a tough-tempered classic Turkish, but the girl managed to make even him laugh. She had a devil's feather. Everyone went out to pick up the girl he loved, and then my brother went out to drop her off at her house. Meetings continued from time to time. Sometimes they met outside, and sometimes the girl came to us. When my brother finished school and graduated, we were going to ask for the girl, and the girl's family knew about it. We went through everything. We met. There was no request at first. Of course, we talked mutually and then we went to ask. Her family was also very good, as if they had known us for 40 years. They always treated us like this. They were always telling us to eat and drink. We were very happy to get such a girl from such a family. But how did we know that this would happen to us? First of all, my brothers. That's why we rented a house in a nearby neighborhood. He had his belongings, his bundle, his henna, and his wedding. We moved up a lot. Everything was great. The wedding day was over. He didn't call our brother for a week or so. They were already on their honeymoon, so we didn't want to disturb him. My brother found a very good job after he returned. It was very good. However, it had some difficulties. For example, if there was a job out of town, he would have to go out of town for a while to handle it. But since the salary was good, my brother did not mind this, and neither did my aunt. 5 or 6 months later, my brother's first out-of-town assignment came, and he would stay there for a week. God bless us. If Alina needs anything, don't leave her alone. Check her from time to time, I said. Of course, brother, don't be left behind. My brother is gone. She said, take them with you, but call me before you go and let her know you're coming. I said, okay, Mom. I called my aunt. I'm available. Of course you can come. I took what my mother gave me and went out. I entered my aunt's building. I rang the bell. My aunt opened the door, but I don't know how to say it like that. I'm very embarrassed. She dressed a little revealing. Are you not available, Auntie? I said, aren't you available? He said, referring to his clothes. I'm busy. Come in, come in. No, sister-in-law, I came to give you these. I'm going. I said, no, look, I made coffee for you, so you can go after a coffee. Are you here to take fire? I was surprised, as there was a seat across the street, but I couldn't understand why he was coming at me as if there was no room. I moved a little bit to the side so that he could understand my discomfort. He asked, how are your mothers doing? Zrania. They are fine. He sent these to you. I said. He said hello. Say hello too, and come together one day. I said, okay, Auntie, we'll come. I'm trying to finish the hot coffee because I want to leave as soon as possible. Auntelina suddenly said, I have to tell you something. I said, come on, Auntie. Do you still not understand me? She said, well, I don't understand, Auntie. What does this mean? I said, look, Lucas, you are a very good person. I know how much you love your brother. But there are things I can't control, he said. What are you saying, sister-in-law? Please speak clearly. I said, Lucas, these will remain between us. He said, oh, swear on that. He said, okay, I swear, tell me. He said, I like you very much. I just stared and couldn't say anything. What can you say in such a situation? I should spit in your face, my brother. Should I tell you? Should I ask why you feel like this? Or should I be angry? What should I do? It's like the world has stopped. Dozens of sentences are going through my head. I can't say even one. When I didn't speak, he continued. Lucas said, I married your brother just to be closer to you. I said, this must be a nightmare. I'll wake up soon and everything will happen. It was not going to end. It wasn't a nightmare. He was seriously telling me these things, Auntie. Are you aware of what you are saying? Look, Auntie, you are my brother's wife. Are you aware of this? I said, Lucas, what am I saying to you? I can't help it. I've been loving you for a long time. He said, brother, I wish I had married you instead of him. We would be happier, he said. Enough of this nonsense. I said, I'm going. I left quickly. I'm running towards home. I don't want to stop. I'm running away from that situation. Actually, what they say to me is, my brother is on one side and my family is on the other side. I say, how could this happen? Was she such a woman? How could she? We couldn't understand what she was trying to do. I thought about these until I left. There is also this, of course. If I tell about my family, all hell will break loose. My brother will definitely have a heart attack. I said, how will I handle this burden? How will I find a solution no matter what? I have to be honest and tell my brother. I would talk to him when he returns. I made up my mind the next day. My Aunt Alina called me. I went to the room and opened it. I asked, what face are you looking for? Lucas said, have you thought about what I told you? Do you also have feelings for me? What kind of person are you? I said, you will do it, and I got a reaction I never expected. He laughed. Do you think your brother will believe you? He said, I'll tell something to your brother and you'll see who gets hurt. He said, what did I do? I said, what are you going to tell me? This woman is going to slander me. I immediately hung up the phone. Oh my God, I seek refuge in you from the evil of this woman. I could be in a wrong situation while being right. I could also be in a dishonorable situation. Will he believe him? It's time for my brother to return. Finally, I was determined. I was going to talk, but I said let him rest for a day and I'll talk like that. My brother came, and the next day my aunt called again and said, look, this is your last chance. Will you be with me? I said, and don't call me again, let the devil see your face. I shut everyone down again. I thought I would talk to your brother. I made some plans in my mind about how I would talk. It was very difficult to say these things. I thought about what I was going to say. I tried to sleep. It was almost 2 o'clock. It was getting late. At that time, the bell was rang. Everyone woke up to see who it was at this hour. My father went ahead and looked at it. He said, your brother is here. I started to tremble, my aunt said. I said something certain. As soon as my father opened the door, my brother took me inside. He said, where is that bastard? He grabbed me by the collar and started punching me, my eyes, nose, head, and lips. I was covered in blood. My father was even the one who took it. That's why he was screaming so much that if he came with a gun in his hand, he would kill me. He would hit me, it wouldn't hurt. He would talk, explain himself. There is no space for a second to say stop. He hit me all the time. I fainted right there. When I opened my eyes, my mother was crying over me, and my father was gnawing his nails in anger. My brother was not there. When he saw me open my eyes, my mother looked at me. What did you do, son? The mother said, I didn't do anything. My lips are swollen. I can't speak. The letters can't come out of my mouth. My father seriously said what Blue said. No, Dad, I will tell you everything. While talking, I noticed that my lip was still bleeding. Call my brother. Dad, I will tell you. My mother called my brother and called him on the condition that he doesn't fight again. He said, bring it with Alina. Soon my brothers came and my brother was looking at me very badly. What is this? It's so painful. He comes running. Normally he had brought me to this situation, but I understand that it is a matter of honor. I wish my brother would listen to me too. My knees are shaking with anger. He came with the girl as if he would attack again at any moment. He is playing the victim role. He is crying because I didn't want it to be like this. I tried to sit up. I could hear sounds coming from my bones as I moved. I could barely sit up. I said, Brother, do you have no confidence? Would I do such a thing? The real snake is the one who made these slanders. I said, it's the woman next to you. As I said, she stood up again and started shouting, speak properly about my wife. My parents intervened and they sat my brother down again. I explained the situation and showed him the call records. I said, look, she's the one who calls me all the time, despite them. My brother did not believe me. It was as if his eyes were blind, and he could not hear anything other than what Alina said. The girl was like a toy with my brother. We were thinking about these things. I turned to my mother and father and asked, Mom, do you believe me? They nodded, but my brother did not believe me. He said, I don't have a brother like you anymore. Then they left, and I cried. I cried for hours. I was helpless because of the slander. I had no evidence. My brother believed him. 3 days later, Alina called me again. Look, if you choose to be with me, I will tell your brother that I misunderstood everything and that you are not guilty of anything. If you don't want it, worse things will happen to you. You can't reject me, sinner. You will accept me later. I couldn't say anything, I just said. I looked for an exit door for a month or so, and they did not hear anything. Neither my brother nor Alina called and asked. At the end of a month, I kept seeing Alina in my dreams. We were getting married. My brother was also at the wedding and he was very happy. He was saying, you suit each other better. I woke up. At that moment, I saw Alina in front of me. You said, how did you come here? Zrenia, she started to approach me. She said, we are married now. I will always be with you. Then she suddenly disappeared. I washed my hands and face. I thought about why I was going through such things. I went to my room. I lay down for a long time and I can't sleep. A voice inside me told me to open the book on the table. I thought maybe I would feel sleepy if I read a book. I took the book, sat on my bed and opened it. A photo appeared in the middle of the book. Alina and I were in this photo, but we were two. No photo was taken, Tiki. I wonder where this photo came from and how it happened. I wrote myself on the back of this photo. This is my writing. I love you so much, Alina. Oh my God, take care of my mind and help me. I said, what are these? I neither remember the photo nor the text I wrote. My phone was ringing in the morning and I woke up to the sound of it. I saw that my brother was calling me for the first time in a long time. He's calling me. As soon as I opened it, he was swearing and insulting. I said, brother, what happened again? You're testing my patience. Are you going to make me a murderer? He said, brother, what you're saying, I swear I don't understand. I say the messages I sent to Ruki last night. They're immoral. I'll kill you, believe me, I will. She said, brother, for God's sake, prove to me what message I sent. I said, wait, you're coming, he said. My heart is beating in my mouth again. I'm fed up with this situation. I said, damn, Alina, get rid of my life. A little later, my brother came and showed me the messages I sent on the phone. I can't look at it that way. There are things in the messages like, I can't forget you. I love you. What kind of a situation was I in? If someone told me about the incident, I wouldn't believe it even if I showed the messages. My father and mother lost their faith in me at that moment. I cried and knelt at my brother's knee. Brother, I beg, believe me. How are these? I don't know what's happening, but I don't have the chance to go out in the morning. I said I didn't write it. You will deny it. Of course I'm not in the mood to accept it. He said, brother, how can I make you believe? I asked you to believe me. No matter what I do, what will happen next? Everything is clear. You can't make me believe from now on. I will only believe what God says, he said. It doesn't hurt much. I was very upset about this situation. I'm warning you for the last time. He said, I'll kill you without blinking an eye. I'll kill you without blinking an eye. He said, I'm a witness. I left the house without saying anything to anyone. I didn't go home that day. I stayed in a hotel and searched for a teacher all the time. Finally, I found a teacher. I went to him, but the teacher said that I did not have a spell or a haunting. I need to look at it in detail once again. He said, let's find out the real reason. He talked to me and asked questions. On the other hand, he looked at me and said, there is someone in your heart. You love someone. No, teacher. I said, there is no one. There is no one in my mind or in my heart. Son, you love Alina. You did all of these. He said, what does my teacher say? How can I do such a thing? I couldn't believe it. The whole world was playing tricks on me. It was as if you should go to a doctor. I left there. I didn't go home again. I went to the hotel. I was left alone. I thought a lot. The more I thought about whether I had really done these, the more I felt like I was preparing them. I concentrated on the messages I sent and remembered a few of them. I wrote and deleted the messages on my phone with myself. I faced it at that moment. I banged my head against the wall. A few days later, I made an appointment with a psychiatrist. I explained everything from beginning to end. The doctor's comment was this: since I was experiencing a situation that I could not even admit to myself, my brain played such tricks and made it seem as if Alina was doing the things I did to me. I had never had such a disorder before. These are the feelings. Desperation made me sick. I didn't realize it. I told my family about the situation. I received treatment for a long time. During this period, I deleted both my brother's and my Aunt Alina's phone numbers from my phone. I ran away from them in case I sent them a message without realizing it. I dropped out of school, etc. In the meantime, I went somewhere else. I moved, found a job. Now I'm still here. I'm seeing my parents. But my brother doesn't talk to me. He's still right. I agree with him. I don't have the courage to look at his face. Shame on me. If you ask me if you still love Alina, I've never loved her. I don't remember any of the things she loves. I don't remember the slightest emotion. I don't even feel it. Maybe like the doctor said, I suppressed those feelings because I couldn't even admit it to myself. That's why my life is over, both my school life and my family life. I also lost my beloved brother. I doubted magic, but my brother said it in Alina. He was right. I deserved the beating I got until the end.